So just give me 1 second. There we go. All right. Daphna is a sophomore here at SKA. She came into the program very eager to learn something in the STEM field, but also very open to a variety of areas. It took us some time to figure out what can work in this context, but I was glad we slowly inched towards a research project in the artificial intelligence / medical space, since that's been my area of work professionally. I appreciate Daphna's open-mindedness throughout this, and even more so, her ability to juggle this alongside her rigorous and admirable athletic schedule. Daphna, let's go. Shoot your shot.
Okay. Hi, my name is Daphna S, and as she said, I'm in 10th grade. Thanks to the Magic program, I've been lucky enough to be paired with an amazing mentor, Dev Leibowitz. Dev, who attended SKA, also graduated from Columbia, where she studied biomedical engineering. Dev is currently working for Tempest, which is a biomedical company leading the field of precision medicine. As Dev and I got to know each other, some facts I learned about her is that she loves to snowboard, play chess, and play tennis. Next slide. Okay. Our project is very research-based. We research and build portfolios for companies in the medical imaging sector with a focus on cardiovascular diseases. In the next few slides, I will share some sample slides from the big PowerPoint we have been working on. Some of the key companies we have focused on are ADOC, Viz.ai, and Arteries. One of the reasons we chose this idea for our presentation is because I want to take advantage of working with Deb. This project covers industry areas that overlap with her work. From working on my project, I've learned so much. I learned research skills, presenting skills, and I learned about many different medical diseases and conditions. Now, our project name is A Picture of Hearts. It's a play on words for what we have studied and created while working on our project. The A stands for artificial intelligence. The picture of hearts represents radiology scans of the heart. We have researched many emerging AI-based solutions for diagnosing cardiology conditions. Next. Here is an overview of a medical imaging technology. Medical imaging companies are developing AI software to help radiologists detect critical conditions in medical images more quickly and accurately as ever. This is critical in improving patient outcomes. Next. Before I discuss the companies and their solutions to cardiovascular diseases, here's a background on how prevalent cardiovascular diseases are. It is a proven fact, as you can see on the chart, that cardiovascular diseases are the leading cause of death and kills more people than cancer. Next. Because cardiovascular diseases are so common and cause so many casualties, many companies came up with solutions that are targeting these diseases. These are 3 companies I want to focus on today that did exactly this: ADOC, Viz.ai, and Arteries. ADOC uses a specific algorithm that integrates well with existing radiology workflows. Viz.ai has a specific focus on strokes. Arteries focuses on cardiovascular and oncology. All 3 of these companies are AI medical imaging companies that help radiologists detect and diagnose more efficiently and more accurately. Next. Here's a sample slide from our project. One of ADOC's target diseases is intracranial hemorrhage, which is bleeding, which causes pooling of blood that puts pressure on the brain, which can cause brain damage and death. The current standard of care is that it is usually detected with a head CT, which is shown in the picture. Next. Here's a picture of ADOC's solution, and this is what happens. A doctor is on call, but not required to physically be at the hospital. A patient comes to the hospital with chest pains that will soon be discovered to be a pulmonary embolism, but is not known yet, and it is a very time-sensitive condition. The patient is getting scanned in the hospital, and normally this would take a lot of time. But because the doctor has a nice platform set up for him, the patient's scan goes into the system, and because the patient was scanned by ADOC software, ADOC immediately detects an abnormality, and the doctor gets an alert on his iPhone or computer, and he is therefore able to call the right people to treat this patient, and everything runs quickly and smoothly. Next. We even have some numbers to prove ADOC's solution is effective. There's been a 40% decrease in the amount of time it takes to detect a pulmonary embolism, which is a very time-sensitive thing, to receiving a diagnosis. There's also been a 7-hour decrease in the time to treatment, so there are no more waiting in hospitals for hours and hours, wasting time when the diagnosis can easily be made. Next. Here's a sample slide from Viz.ai. The target disease is a stroke, which occurs when something blocks blood supply to part of the brain or when a blood vessel in the brain bursts. The current standard of care is that it is treated with a medicine called tissue plasminogen activator. Strokes are detected with a brain CT scan. Next. This is a picture of Viz.ai technology. It is the first technology-driven post-acute stroke care pathway. The benefits of their solution is that the scans can be viewed on an iPhone or on the web, which makes doctors' jobs more flexible. Their technology gives complete echo reports. If a neurosurgeon is helping a patient and sees a notification regarding the heart, it allows the neuro team to very quickly, with just a click of a button, contact the cardio field. Another benefit of their tech is that the time from referral to view is only 1 minute. Next. One of arteries' target diseases is an arrhythmia, which is an abnormal heart rhythms that can be too fast, too slow, or irregular. It happens from a problem with the heart's electrical system, which controls the heartbeat. Some arrhythmias may not cause any symptoms, while others can lead to chest pains, dizziness, fainting, or even sudden cardiac arrest. The current standard of care is medication, implantable devices such as pacemakers or defibrillators, or procedures such as ablation, lifestyle modifications, such as avoiding certain triggers or managing stress. Next. This is a picture of arteries technology. One of their benefits is that because the blood flow on the software is extremely clear, no time is wasted studying it in depth on a time-dependent case. The system gives all the functional information to the doctors in minutes. The tech is still very easily editable, so if a doctor wants some of what they offer and not the others, he or she is able to edit it to his or her liking. Their technology is very adaptable for all types of people. Visual doctors are able to thrive off the diagrams, and not visual doctors are also able to thrive from the plots that their systems offer. When a doctor finishes analyzing everything, a report is made and given to them in seconds. The time previously spent on copying down their findings from a scan is now given to the doctors with high-tech features like screenshots of diagrams or plots. Next. As we studied these medical imaging companies that focus on cardiovascular diseases, I kept on thinking, if there are such advanced innovations in technology regarding strokes, for example, then why do we still hear about many deaths from these type of conditions? These AI companies are doing as much as they can, but only after the fact that sudden cardiac arrests occur. AEDs are the #1 piece of technology that saved countless of lives and could be saving even more. The leading cause of death, as shown in the pie chart, is from sudden cardiac arrest. Defibrillators are life-saving for ventricular tachycardia and VFib and commotio cordis. Commotio cordis only became known this year when a football player, Damar Hamlin, took a hit in a game and he didn't get up. Many people thought it was normal hit, but some fans watching knew it was more, and he had a condition called commotio cordis. This past summer, a camper in my sleepaway camp was playing a regular game of catch and he missed the catch, so the ball hit his chest. This seemed to be a normal missed catch, but the kid fell down and didn't get up. The ball hit him at the perfect height, speed, and time, therefore making his heart register the hit as a heartbeat, which messed up everything in his body, and his heart needed to be restarted. Thankfully, he ended up being okay because everything worked out in a perfect way. Commotio cordis is most common in children's sports. How many people in this room would know what to do or even know what is happening if a child is suffering from commotio cordis or any type of sudden cardiac arrest? Does anyone know where the defibrillator is in the school right now or even how to use it? Many of us would call 911, but that could be too long to save the person who is suffering. This problem is costing children their lives, and it is so important to create an awareness on what defibrillators are and how to use them in an emergency. These medical imaging companies have already come up with life-saving tools, and I'm excited to keep following them and their new ideas and upgrades that they will continue to make and hopefully create solutions to the sudden cardiac arrest problem. Next. This is a little bit about my experience. It was such a great opportunity to learn from a smart Jewish woman in the STEM field, and I got to learn so many new things from her, and I discovered a field that I never knew about. I've become more open to learning new things, and I always try and do the best I can to be prepared. The challenge that we had was narrowing down exactly what we wanted to focus our project to be on, because there are so many options. Yeah, that's it. Next, I guess. Thank you.
All right. Sorry. No, it's okay. Oh, wonderful job. Does anyone have any questions?
I have a question on the Zoom. Wonderful job. This was really interesting to learn about. And actually the presentation you created, it was seemed very intentional and very clear. And it seemed like a great design for education. I was wondering how you approached actually forming those slides, going from your research and getting all the information to creating that tool for learning.
Okay, so like I went on slides and then I compiled like all the information and like it took a lot of tries like perfecting the slides. to make them like clear and like easily like understood by everyone. So it took a lot of editing and time. So yeah,
Yeah, I would say it was very successful. Thank you.
thank you.
I completely agree. My question is, you mentioned in your presentation about the defibrillators and how life-saving they truly are. Just because, I know I've seen them used before, and it literally tells you exactly what to do. And so, one of your comments was, is there one even in the school? So as you go different places, whether it's school or the store or something, do you pay attention to if there's a defibrillator that's able to be used?
Okay, so now like a lot like my family, like we're also like my family like works in the camp that I went to. So like I now since that I always realize if there is one in the area.
That's great that you're aware. So I guess my follow-up question is what is a way that you think um, companies or should educate either their employees or the public on where those defibrillators are, or making them more readily available?
Okay, I think that just like every workplace has like a bunch of different drills they have to go through, like for example, fire drills. I think that AEDs and like defibrillators, like that's the same thing, should be like a drill also that everyone has to go through.
Mhm. Great. Are there any other questions?
I guess I was just wondering how you had information about what I forget which company it was, but what the abilities are and what they can do. Is that public information?
Like all the companies I researched,
Yes.
they all have websites, so I like looked them up and I did like heavy research on all of them.
Cool. Thank you.
Well, wonderful job, Daphna. Thank you so much.
Just so everybody